won his 300th as a pro.
Favors Donaire. He wants to fight at this pace. He's flat-footed now. He's going to be trying to pressure you and wait for the right opening. Again, Santiago has to keep busy with that jab. Keep him on his toes.
Donaire is 13-2 at 118 pounds. Both losses came against Naoya Inoue, who knocked out Donaire in the second round of their rematch last June in Japan. He said he gambled in that fight and lost, and, well, looking to continue his remarkable career. He said one of the reasons he's continuing his career is, despite all the accolades, all the accomplishments, he's yet to be an undisputed champion. And hey, headline tonight, undisputed title in the main event. Donaire would love to be undisputed at 118.
I'm starting the fight right now.
Double jab from Santiago. There's that left hook to the body by Donaire, but Santiago doing well with the jab. And what did they say? Don't hook with the
Donaire's looking good for age 40. It looks in condition right now. Ang ganda yung condition ni Donaire.
Yeah, you're playing with fire with Donaire when you do that.
Yeah, he's got a better overhand right. I think he should stick to that.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, to stick to the jab, keep busy. There it is, the overhand right, and then try to push Donaire back.
Stop at the bell.
First round is over.
Rip to the body by Donaire as we end round one.
Donaire is looking good. He's really in good condition right now.
Take a look at what these men need to do for Nonito Donaire. Wants to control the range and use his jab, and he did control the range for the most part in that round one. Does not want to get on the ropes. Santiago is a very, very good attacker when he gets you on the ropes. And we talked about it, of course. That left hook of Donaire has created multiple knockdowns and knockouts. As for Santiago, I didn't really do that much in the round one, getting on the inside. I still think he's going to need to do it. He has a really good double left hook, but the place to do it is on the inside, where he goes to the body and the head. And the overhand right, which Abner alluded to, is a very nice weapon for him.
Round number two for a vacant title at 118 pounds. Nonito Donaire continuing to defy Father Time. He has in his corner his chief second, his wife, Rachel. He actually runs his own training camps and takes care of whatever needs to be done. And man, considering what he's been able to do, maybe, you would never really, Abner, you would never want to train yourself, but maybe there's something to it.
Yeah, I mean, and she's been part of the team, obviously, I think manager for quite some time now, years. And, I mean, if you want to keep the money in-house, I mean, that's the best way, no doubt.
You look at the stats and now with that, the totals in round one, we know that Santiago is also economical, but he is busier than Donaire, and that was evident in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, Donaire only averages 42 punches a round these days, and so we expected Santiago to be more, but he's pumped up the volume a little bit.
Yeah, I like when Santiago jumps in and out really quick. Can't go too back linear because Donaire will take advantage, just as he did moments ago with the 1-2. Especially if you're in that distance, you got to stay a little bit further than that if you're Santiago.
A pace that definitely behooves Donaire, coming off almost a year recovering from that devastating knockout loss against Inoue. The second time that he's been KO'd. The first came against Nicholas Walters back in 2014.
Yeah, you can make the case if Donaire had never left 118 pounds, and he said he's always been able to make it, he would have never lost a fight because it's all come above, except for Inoue, above 118 pounds.
Nasty.
Yeah, Donaire definitely looking for that hook now.
Nasty exchange, Abner. Yeah. Both of them sitting down on their combinations.
Yeah, and it's Donaire that is noticing that Santiago was sitting down on this punch a little bit more. But that will give Donaire the opportunity to land that left hook.
Donaire's also starting to establish his jab a little bit better. He didn't throw too much in the first round. It is intriguing that Santiago has really made it a point to fight on the outside.
Of course, Donaire, a noted counter puncher, so always looking to counter, but also goes for the jab. Under 30 seconds left here in the second round.
Santiago's waiting for the right time to press. Maybe he's trying to
Nice counter left hook upstairs by
hoping that Donaire tires out and maybe his power diminishes a bit. But
man.
again, yeah, Santiago needs to start pressing.
Santiago is really sitting down on his punches. They don't always land, but he throws with bad intentions against the veteran. Donaire rips a beautiful left hook to the liver, and there's that overhand right. Good end to round two for Santiago. For an update on tonight's odds, let's go now to DraftKings Amal Shah.
Thanks, Morrow. Can't wait for the main event coming up tonight, obviously, between Earl Spence and Bud Crawford. Right now, Spence is plus 120 on the money line. If you like Crawford, he's minus 150. If you expect this fight to potentially go over 10.5 rounds, again, juiced heavily to the over at minus 270. But if you think there's going to be a fight that ends earlier than that in this one, look at plus 190 on the under 10.5. Now back downstairs to you, Morrow.
All right, thank you very much. Mauro Ranallo, Al Bernstein, Abner Mares at ringside. We're joined by Brian Custer, Jim Gray, Jimmy Lennon Jr., and our entire Showtime pay-per-view team from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Cannot wait for that main event. Yes, Terrence Crawford, the slight betting favorite, but has evenly matched a fight as you would want when it comes to the stakes and the significance of that battle. Hey, this fight with high stakes as well, a vacant title at 118 pounds. Donaire looking to make history. Santiago looking to, well, a better life for his newborn son.
You know, Santiago is trained by Raul Carate, who is one of the best trainers in the sport of boxing. And, of course, you know, Abner, one of the best trainers in Mexico. Sometimes overshadowed by Nacho Beristain, but so many champions have gone through his gym.
He's my brother Raul's favorite trainer as well.
There you go. Exactly. Yes, that's what we should be.
Triple jab from Santiago. Sorry, Abner, go ahead, my man.
Two interesting things about this fight. The trainer Don Romulo trained my brother years ago, and Donito Donaire. I was gonna fight him once upon a time when I was a 118 pounder. We're talking about ages, and that fight just never happened. I just it would have been a great fight if we if ever would have laced the gloves.
As Ed McMahon used to say, I did not know that.
There's that lead overhand right by Santiago. Now trying to draw. Oh, there it is. Santiago over his right eye. The fountain power of Donito Donaire. With one punch, he creates a cut. And now looking to create a dramatic finish.
And that is why Santiago did not yet wanted to get in the inside. Donaire really timed that left hook.
Lead left uppercut by Santiago. The dogged determination of the diminutive Dynamo. Biting down now on his gum shield after facing Donaire and tasting the power of the 40-year-old veteran.
And Santiago is a dog. He's a rough customer there. So if you're going to think of a fighter that might be able to get through that little mini crisis, he's one that might
Santiago
do it.
Scott, but left hook of Nonito
So
Donaire.
far to see much Santiago's
Nonito
out of
still
that
had the
danger
power.
right now. It doesn't seem hurt, but again,
Hurt of his opponent.
decision where he can get hit.
And that speaks also to the veteran, the guile and the craftiness of Donaire. But boy, that left hand. And there's a right hand.
Yeah, Santiago has to be more lateral movements. He has to move his head. Again, he's stepping back straight, and Donaire is landing that right hand.
Remember, Nonito Donaire is older, way older than Santiago. Santiago's only like 28, I think.
Championship beat another top
And Nonito
bantamweight.
Donaire is a 40.
He can fight anybody in this division.
Counter left hook upstairs for Donaire. The left hook doing damage in this round for the veteran. But Santiago bounced back well.
Well, The Donaire left hook always makes itself known, and here's the counter shot. And it knocked him back. It stunned Santiago for sure. And yet another look at it, Abner. We'll see it come to fruition.
Yeah, Santiago was letting off his hands really well, feeling comfortable. But then again, a nice timed left hook by Donaire. I mean, he's known by that. He'll let you, get your shots in just for him to land that one.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry. It's a small cut. No big deal. No big deal. Just keep pressuring.
Donaire
And keep with your movement.
still had the power.
That's all he has. The left hook and the right.
He cut Santiago on the left on the right eye.
Reapply.
For 40 years old, he's still looking good, but it's kind of like slow, but slowly, kind of like slow a little bit, considering like the way he fought before.
To become a champion in this weight class for the fourth time, a Ford division champion. Santiago went to a split draw with German Anka Haas when he battled for a 115-pound strap back in 2018, looking to become a champion for the first time here tonight against one of his idols.
Now, if you're Santiago and you got through that one bad moment and you hope you can get through any others, your mission is to take Donaire into these later rounds. He is 40 years old. You're hoping tonight's the night when he fades, and if you can keep him going in this fight, you have a chance to make something happen.
Yeah, if you're going to plan on boxing these, few, 4, 5, 6 rounds and then pressure, I mean, you want to start jabbing to the body, kill the body a little bit of the older Donaire.
Very good point. And 30% of the punches landed normally by Santiago are body punches, but he hasn't been in a position to throw too many of those yet. But you're right, the jab is one way to do it.
Donaire has doubled Santiago in terms of total punches landed.
And even when he jabs to the body, Santiago, Donaire leaves an opening for Santiago's overhand right. There he was.
Beautiful
He
jab.
missed it though, but he's got to keep trying that.
Sharp double jab from Santiago. The left hook. There's that right hand and left that backs up Donaire. So Santiago with 14 knockouts out of his 27 wins, not known as a devastating puncher, definitely not having the power of a Donaire, but making his punches count.
You still want to test that chin from Donaire. I mean, we saw how devastating,
way did,
yeah. Body can only take so much.
Under a minute left here in the fourth. There is a mouse under the right eye of Donaire. Both of them now showing vestiges of a battle. That punch, that left hook, that drew the cut around the right eye of Santiago in round 3.
The funny thing about Donaire is, like, even in this fight, he hasn't thrown that many left hooks. The one made a big difference. Just when you think the punch is in mothballs, comes back.
I think he might have to do a little bit about, from conditioning also. When you let go of so many powerful shots, you do get tired. So I think he's just waiting for the right one.
Very good point, Ed. It's a really good point.
Shotgun jab from Santiago. We are 1/3 of the way through this championship fight, and left uppercut landed on the draw, right hand by Santiago. So the first of 2 title fights, the big main event, of course, coming up to determine the first undisputed welterweight champion of the 4-belt era, man who knows a thing or two about mega fights, only 8-division champion in boxing history, a guy that was supposed to face Spence before Spence suffered a detached retina. It's Manny Pacquiao, and he flew all the way from the Philippines to witness 2 of boxing's best, and of course, he's also wearing his promoter hat tonight. His man Cruz will be in the co-main event against Giovanni Cabrera, and he's also, of course, giving support to his compatriot Nonito Donaire. So many incredible memories from Manny Pacquiao, so many from the Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire.
There's some really good moments in that last round. Here is that nice little uppercut toward the end of the round from Donaire, kind of a half hook, half uppercut.
This is round 5.
We're on round 5 now. Round 5.
When Santiago
Donaire and
starts letting that
Santiago.
jab go, it's really effective, really good. But the only thing is that he's jabbing with Donaire. He's got to initiate the jab. Start jab, double jab, overhand right. You know, be a little bit more busy with this.
Donaire with the advantages in height, reach, experience, and that shot-for-shot power. And he showed some of that power in round 3 with that left hook. But Santiago right in front of him, looking to lead with that left uppercut. But got countered and gets countered again with the left hook from Donaire.
He overreached. You got to be careful. He reached with that uppercut and almost got caught by Donaire's left hook.
Stiff jab back Santiago to the ropes.
When we did Donaire's fight with Caballo, you were just waiting on pins and needles for that hook, right? And that's what we're kind of doing now, too. It's been there a couple of times, but you never know. Oh, nice right by Santiago, but you never know when that's going to arrive.
Well, the last time Donaire became a champion, 118 pounds at the Punch Bowl in Carson, California, May 2021 against Nordino Bali. Santiago was on the undercard picking up a victory against Juan Medina, scoring a knockdown with a series of punches in the second round. So showed power and was on the undercard of a big moment for Donaire. Now Santiago would like to steal that thunder from Donaire here tonight.
You mentioned he had that one shot against Ancajas, so the questionable draw, 11-1 sins, only a questionable loss to Russell. He's a fighter who's been right there in the press.
Yeah, he better pray this doesn't go the distance because the judges don't seem to appreciate his work in the past. With 5 draws, there's split decisions, majority decisions. Alex
he might get a draw.
earning every single cent he has made in the sport. There's a right hand by Donaire.
He has not fared well with the judges. Oh, nice hook by Santiago.
Wow. The left hook from Santiago that momentarily bothered Donaire. Another left hook, but then Donaire goes downstairs. Beautiful combination by Santiago. Right uppercut, left hook.
See, when Santiago lets his hands go, 3-4 punch combination is that he has Donaire on this back foot. You want to continue to do that.
Uppercut by Santiago. Lead right hand left splits the guard of Donaire. Another close round here between Leonito Donaire and Alex Santiago. Donaire always ready to tee off with that counter left hook. Oh, right uppercut, left hand. Good stuff from Santiago. Let's go to Jim Gray, standing by with Terrence Bud Crawford.
All right, Morrow, thank you very much. Bud's wrapping his own hands, as he always does. Bud, you said you've been waiting for this moment your entire life. The moment's now here. Can you describe that feeling?
I'm just ready. Just calm, ready. Waiting for this moment for me to shine.
Calm internally, too, or do you have nerves, butterflies?
You always got a little butterflies, but this is, like I said, I've been waiting for this moment my whole life. And I'm ready for everything that comes with it.
Do you feel any of the weight of the historic impact should you win?
Nah, I ain't focused on that. Focus on nothing but the victory right now. And things I got to do to make sure I secure the victory.
Bud, best of luck. We'll talk to you afterwards.
Thank you.
All right, Morrow, back out to you.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. Almost chilling there, watching
Sixth round.
wrap his hands, very
For the
quiet, a man who has
WBC
carried his
Bacon
power up
Super
3 divisions,
Bantamweight
has won
Championship
his last 10
between
fights, all
Donaire
championship
and
fights,
Santiago.
via knockout. He will take on Errol Spence in the much anticipated main event, but here comes Santiago.
Santiago's
Round
looking
number
good
6.
too.
Kind of a quiet poignancy to that moment with him. Santiago, I think, had a fight-changing moment or two in that last round. We're going to see if he's starting to maybe put Donaire in a spot he doesn't want to be in.
And it seems like he is. Obviously, towards the end of the last round, Santiago put Donaire, not in trouble, but definitely bother him by just pushing him back like he is right now. But again, Donaire is always dangerous with that left hook, even when he's put on his back foot or when he's on the ropes.
There's a Santiago jab snapping Donaire's head back and counter left from Donaire. Oh, A nice jab from Donaire. They're exchanging sharp jabs.
You know, Donaire has changed the trajectory of that counter left a little bit. It's more a little bit of an uppercut now, and I think maybe he's finding something that he thinks that part might land.
Experienced fighter than Donaire. Maybe he's trying to let Santiago feel comfortable and put himself in a position where.
Well, despite being only 27, this is Santiago's 36th professional fight.
Turned pro at 16.
So Santiago is 27 years old. Donaire is 40.
These are interesting rounds, and
Really
you know,
big age gap.
they could be going any way because they're close, and you know the action is intriguing.
There's a right uppercut, left hook to the body, and Donaire goes fishing for that left hook.
Even once a miss make you shudder.
Good eye from Santiago. He noticed that he pulled straight back and was able to escape from those left hooks.
Final minute of the first half of this fight to crown a new champion at 118 pounds. Donaire's been a three-time bantamweight champion in the past, a four-division champ. 112, 118, 122, and 126 pounds against a guy, Santiago, who has had one title opportunity. Good defense there, good head movement from Santiago, avoiding the right. But that was a split draw against Cajas. Under 30 seconds now in the sixth, double jab from Santiago. And we had that calm in the dressing room of Crawford, a bit calming for the sixth round of this championship fight. We'll see what's in store in the second half. Will Donaire make history again, or will Santiago go home to his newborn son a champion?
Always a danger on the inside of clashes of heads, and in this instance, Santiago kind of doing a bull rush got Donaire on his chin. Luckily, they didn't hit each other around the eyebrows.
Bring your feet are trailing behind. You need your feet underneath you to get that power. You hear me? Let's go. Come on. Breathe. That is 0. I need your feet to move. Do you hear me?
Julius Junko in the corner there, they brought him on board to help with defense. They said, you know, Donaire said, me, my wife Rachel, who helps, we're more offensive-minded. We wanted him to help us a little bit with defense, and they hope that he has helped.
This is round 7. We begin the second half of this championship affair.
Nonito
Donaire and
Round
Alex
7.
Santiago. Santiago in the black with white trim, and Nonito Donaire in the purple with white trim. And Al, let's take a look at the unofficial scores, courtesy of our unofficial score, Steve Farland.
Yeah, Steve sees this fight for Santiago by a bit. Some of those early rounds he gave to Santiago before Santiago had started this kind of impressive run in the last couple of rounds.
Timeout by the referee, clash of heads.
Está bien, pero está sangrando mucho. El doctor, no. ¿Está bien? Sí. It's okay, I guess. Just wipe it down. Let me just headbutt. Accidental headbutt.
Look at it. We saw in the last round that didn't create this. This time it does.
This time it was over here with the head.
Yeah, before it had been Santiago. And a point that if this fight would be stopped because of that cut, at this juncture, they would go to the scorecards.
This might change a little bit of the tempo of the fight. It was Santiago pressuring, but now that Donaire sees that cut, he might go for it.
Chief, ringside position. physician, Dr. Damon Zavala. And prior to this fight, Santiago had only been cut once. That was against Willibaldo Garcia back in 2020. A head clash over the left eye. So here he faces adversity against a man who will definitely try to exploit that. A minute and a half left in the seventh. Nice counter jab from Santiago. And a lot of marking around the eyes of Nonito Donaire. And of course, the head clashes go two ways. There's a left hook by Santiago to right-handed. Santiago beginning to put it on the veteran Donaire.
Yeah, when he gets on that offense, he's really good. Santiago, he lets those hands go, and Donaire taking those shots. Not the same reflexes as before.
But then what is Donaire known for? Counter punching and a left hook.
I think we know that.
Yeah. It's like you watch, that's the thing with a guy like Donaire. You never know.
Donaire, the age is showing now. It's a little bit slower now.
You wonder again, not to continue to harp on it, but I mean, Nonito Donaire, 22 years as a professional prize fighter. The wear and tear, and after what happened in Japan a year ago, and now Alex Santiago looking to take advantage of the long layoff and the fact that, he's coming off a knockout loss, and he's 40 years old.
Stop at the bell. Let's come on.
These last few rounds, Santiago has had some really good moments. Beautiful move there, jabbing to the body and coming with the right hand right over it. He's a very complete and clever fighter, and some good combination work there by him. And this is where the heads would come together, and that created the cut over the left eye of Santiago, and they'll go to work on that here in between rounds.
You continue it that way. Don't worry about the cuts. They're not in a dangerous spot, okay? We came here to win, okay? Let me work the cuts and don't worry about it. It's your moment. You'll stop them if you keep going this way.
Santiago usually averages 55 punches per round. Not as many. More and having some eye-catching shots. You look at the stats and the numbers don't tell all of the story, but Donaire's still leading in terms of total punch connects.
Yeah, according to show stats, he has an edge in that department.
Not here.
Yeah, but not on Steve Farhold's scorecard. He believes that Santiago is actually building up a margin here. And, a lot of those were close rounds, so you wouldn't be shocked if the judges had a slightly different, the official judges had a slightly different view than Steve.
Again, the jab from Santiago is getting in really good, a lot easier than before. We sense that Donaire, doesn't have the same movement, especially in the same later rounds slowing down. And even that left hook, Santiago took it really well.
Watch that forearm, Nino.
The left hook by Santiago, and Donaire swing and a miss. Nice 1-2 combination backs Donaire up. Now the pressure beginning to build. Santiago putting more and more pressure on Donaire, and Donaire unable to counter. 4-punch combination by Santiago. His best sequence of the fight.
And Santiago has been known to close very well in fights. Against Russell, he had great success. It was a 10-rounder. Against Cajas, he did well in the later rounds. So he's a fighter who can close fights extremely well.
And while Corner told him not to worry about the cuts, you want to make sure you do as much as you can, because you never know how those cuts can impact you.
And you know what, he wants to bank any rounds he needs to, because in case it's stopped and they have to go to the scorecard.
Exactly. Another uppercut lands for Santiago. And after You look at Nonito Donaire again, continues to look for the left hook, but definitely showing the wear and tear here in this fight.
Definitely showing the wear and tear in this, especially this 8th round. Santiago having his way with his big shots, getting in easier body shots, uppercuts, and really look at the body language. It's really comfortable.
Santiago will not be deterred here in round 8.
And he's already thrown 17 more punches in this round than Donaire, much busier and setting a much quicker pace.
Again, anything can happen in any given moment with a powerful puncher like Donaire, but this is a perfect example of, when you see a fighter just fading in the fight.
Yes, and Santiago continues to headhunt successfully. Tremendous round 8 for Alex Santiago. Let's go to Jim Gray with Errol, the true Spence Jr.
All right, Morrow, thank you very much. Errol, you haven't fought in 15 months. Is rust a concern?
No, it's not a concern. I've been in the gym training, had enough time to train and focus, and me and my coach got a great game plan, and I don't feel like rust that will play a role at all.
You've been waiting for this moment your whole life. Now it's here. What's the internal feeling?
I'm excited. But I'm not gonna be overjoyed where, I'm just losing a lot of energy. So right now I'm just focused on the fight, knowing it's gonna happen. We weighed in, everything's official. We're right here at this moment. So now it's just time to focus on the game plan that my coach instructed me, stay focused, and come out with a victory.
Errol, best of luck, and we'll talk to you afterwards.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right. Calm in both locker rooms, Morrow. Back out to you.
The calm before what fans are hoping is a storm of striking in the main event. Errol Spence Jr., one of the most physically imposing and strongest welterweights, and he looks to become undisputed champion against Terrence Crawford. Well, Donaire wants to become undisputed champion at 118 pounds, but he is in tough against a very tough Alex Santiago.
We talked about the fact that Santiago against Sherman and Kaz, yeah, beauty. 5 years ago, championship level because he fought the champion to a draw that he could easily have gotten a decision. He is a top bantamweight, and he's showing tonight why that is the case. And he's in there against a legend and still a good fighter. So, it speaks well of what he's doing.
We have the vacant Ring Magazine welterweight title up for grabs in the main event, and we talk about ring rankings here. You have Donaire at number 3, and you just spoke to it. Nice left hook from Santiago right hand. Santiago ranked number 5, so like you say, upper crust.
Right now, Santiago using that pressure from Donaire to his advantage. Donaire seemed like he was going in with bad intentions, and he is.
Fucking right hand from Donaire. Left uppercut.
He may have hurt Santiago with that punch.
Yeah, since the opening of the round, you noticed that Donaire was going out for a mission, which is, try to land a big shot.
Donaire with those small steps, putting the pressure on incrementally on Santiago, who punches first. There goes, sits down on a combination, double jab. Santiago showcasing all of his wares in this fight tonight.
A fight that recently came to my mind because there's a story. Who, as a veteran, went to fight Jorge Arce in Mexico, lost every round until he landed a big knockout punch to knock out Arce, much younger, much stronger. So, something to remember as we move on in this fight. It can happen.
And the one and only time on Showbox that I filled in for Barry Tompkins, John Molina, Mickey Bay. Mickey Bay wins every round, 10th and final round. John Molina knocks him out.
Yeah, so we're always got that cautionary tale in the back of our minds.
Yeah, there's no doubt it could definitely happen in this fight. Again, Donaire, own that power, never goes away. If anything, he says that this power has gotten even better now.
Oh, good counter right hand there by Donaire. And Santiago ducks underneath that sweeping left hook. Donaire almost caught him with that one. Donaire marching forward now, 15 seconds left in the ninth.
This is creating a very entertaining part of this fight.
Beautiful stuff from Santiago. And again, Donaire whipping away with the left hook. There's a right uppercut, another uppercut. Alex Santiago putting it on. Nonito
last round, Santiago came out and he was continuing the momentum he's had in recent rounds. Kind of half landing that left hook and whipping the right hand around it and kind of pushing Donaire around physically. That was a beautiful right that landed to the temple of Donaire's head. Then Donaire started to have his moments. Nice counter left hand on the inside, and yet another one. That one landed on the temple and a nice counter. So there you see Donaire doing the kind of work he's capable of. But Santiago wasn't hurt as badly as we thought he might have been. He came back toward the end of that last round, doing great body work and putting Donaire on the ropes where he doesn't want to be.
Alex Santiago, proud native of Tijuana. Notables in the boxing ring include the first Mexican win titles in 4 divisions. El Terrible Eric Morales. Santiago would love to join him as a champion.
Yeah, Santiago needs to continue to throw punches like that in combinations because Donaire is not gonna, he's not gonna sit there and throw punches with him. He's gonna wait for the right moment. But again, Santiago, if he puts him on his back foot and busy like that, I mean, that's a chance that Donaire lands that shot.
And Donaire, who's been 12-round distance 10 times, he's 6-4. Santiago's only been 12 once in that draw on Cajas, but as we point out, he closes well in his 10-round fights and did close well against Cajas.
Check left hook from Santiago and Abner. With Santiago, the combination sitting down in his punches but not neglecting the jab. We see because of his physical dimensions, you would expect him to try to fight on the inside. Of course, dangerous against a counter puncher like Donaire, but he's showing everything tonight. The boxing, the pressure fighting, and some power as well.
Beautiful. Yeah, he's done really fighting the inside, fighting the outside. Right now, choosing to fighting the outside. But what I like about Santiago is that when he lets his hands go combination, boom, he gets back on the jab really well. Doesn't let Donaire get on first.
Fantastic punch placement by Santiago.
Yeah, that's really a good point. I mean, you've gone downstairs, upstairs, and thrown every kind of punch.
You want to keep Donaire busy with the jab. Keep him
I think
entertained.
Donaire's losing at this fight. But the age is really showing.
Around the eyes of Donaire, the veteran,
He doesn't have the speed that he wants to have.
Got clipped with a right cross by Santiago. 60 seconds now left in the 10th round. Under a minute left from the championship rounds.
And I'm noticing that Santiago was able to counterpunch a lot easier in this round.
Good footwork as well by Santiago. Resets, high guard, leads with the jab. Man, beautiful combination by Santiago to avoid the counter.
Yeah, classic jab, straight right hand. We said he can fight from the outside. He's good at it.
You learn the textbooks, you're gonna be okay.
You wouldn't think he would because he's a smaller fighter. He doesn't have the reach, but he boxes really well from the outside.
And with that excellent trainer we talked about, he's ready.
Championship rounds are upon us for a vacant title at 118 pounds. Nonito Donaire, Alex Santiago. Chance the Rapper in attendance for tonight's big fight. Saw him at Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia earlier this year. You don't want no problem with him when we definitely don't want any problems with Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford. And, Chance had a bit of a problem with the basketball. 3-time Super Bowl champion Shannon Sharp on hand, taking in the festivities tonight across sports, entertainment, music. While you talk about boxing fans, a student of the game, it's always game time. Damian Lillard, 7-time NBA All-Star guard for the Portland Trailblazers. Question is that where he will remain? And Abner Mares, good friend, Leo Santa Cruz, their rivalry was in fuego. And, we we continue to say hello to all kinds of luminaries, including a former unified welterweight champion in Keith Thurman. In fact, the last unified welterweight fight was Thurman, Danny Garcia back in 2017.
Now coming into this 11th round, I'm sure that they told Donaire, or at least he's aware that he's behind on the scorecards. And really, now he definitely has to go out and look for that knockout. Or at least, what I'm seeing.
Now, and, I would tend to agree he might well be a cautionary reminder that those early rounds were
Really close.
kind of close. How close, we don't know. So we don't know if how far behind he may or may not be.
Here's something that's not close. In the last two rounds, Santiago's had a 31-14 edge in punches landed.
Yeah, there's no question that he's built up momentum.
Oh, there's a counter left hook by Donaire in a right hand. And boy, is he ever, according to our unofficial score, Steve Farhood, Donaire needs a patented knockout in order to make history again.
I'm sorry, but Santiago always has a response for it. When he takes that hook, he comes back with a heavy shot himself.
Well, that's the part that's impressive. I mean, has Donaire landed the perfect left hook yet? I don't know, but he has landed some hard ones. And Santiago has sustained past those points.
Yeah, the only time Santiago's been down in his career was on my birthday, 2013, December 21st. Hector Flores left hook in the first round. So that was a long time ago, and he is looking better and better here tonight.
And it's not your birthday tonight.
Not tonight. It's my birthday.
I like to think of it as
I'm a time billionaire, Al.
exactly.
Penultimate round, a minute 11 left in is it a coming out party for Alex Santiago and Nurmades?
I think everybody feels like it's his birthday today because of where we're getting tonight. A treat.
Well put.
So, yeah, I mean,
Donaire
I'm
is
liking
looking at this
Santiago
fight.
right now. I like the aggressiveness, the accuracy, well-placed
He's
punches
too
that he's
old.
doing.
Donaire is too
Yeah,
old.
but again, a Donaire that is never going to stop coming or
He's
trying
a
at
little bit
least.
slow.
Imagine a Mexican-based fighter going to the liver with a
Yeah.
left hook.
You can tell he was slow.
Santiago,
Not the
it's
same.
funny you're talking about
He
that.
almost fell too.
Normally 30% of the punches he lands into the body. In the last 4 or 5 rounds, he started to really get those body punches in.
Another electrifying
Santiago's just like outboxing
able to reset, stay at the proper distance, and he's
the young
starting to
age.
put together those combinations.
27 years old versus the 40 years
Find
old.
his way inside, put
You
his
can
weight
tell
on
wear
the
and tear in
fading Donaire.
Nonito Donaire. I don't think
And right from
he lost this
Santiago.
fight for sure. And it's already 11
12th and
rounds.
final round is on deck, and Alex Santiago feeling himself.
Well, fantastic round for Santiago. Here's where Donaire lands that beautiful left hook, but as Abner points out, when that happens to Santiago, he comes back on his own usually, and even though that right got mixed in, and later in the round, Santiago was able to turn that round completely to his advantage, using the jabs, the straight right hands. Mo made this point earlier. Great
Donaire
arsenal
lost
punches
this
by
fight
him.
for sure. It's not the same anymore. He was way too slow. I know Santiago's was 27, but
Come on.
compared to when Donaire is older, I mean, like when Donaire was on his prime,
Great sign of
he
respect.
can take Santiago like
We mentioned Alex Santiago growing up idolizing Nonito
easy.
Donaire.
I can tell,
Tonight
but
he's trying to defeat his idol and become a champion for the first time, and he may very well be 2 minutes
last round
and 45
probably miracle
seconds
can
away
happen
from
in
doing so.
Donaire. He can still hurt Santiago.
it's
He hurt him out
intriguing. Here we
earlier
are,
with the
round
left hook,
12,
gave him a
and
cut.
according to Steve Farhood, certainly Santiago way ahead of his unofficial scorecard. Here's the interesting part. Nonito Donaire at age 40, while he is probably behind in this fight, has sustained over 11 plus rounds against this young man who's putting on a good offensive clinic.
Now, considering what we continue to experience, unfortunately, in this wonderful sport of ours, we have to put emphasis on unofficial scorecard.
There's no question. While we talked about some early rounds being close, since round 6 or 7, I mean, Santiago has just dominated this fight.
Really dominated, and I mean the fact that Donaire hasn't gone down. I mean, Santiago's not a heavy puncher,
Yes.
and so we gotta throw that out there. But Donaire definitely's been taking some shots. You can definitely take a sense, or you can see that he's aging and before our eyes. I mean, in this fight, definitely not looking like the old Nonito, and we weren't looking for the old Nonito, but at least some signs of that. But yet have not seen
We're
it.
looking for the old Nonito, unfortunately.
Just an old
Nonito.
And listen, he had beaten Caballo and Nordito, solid, good fighters, really good fighters, before he had the loss to Inoue the last time. So he had been performing well against them and has had his moments here tonight against a top bantamweight. He just hasn't been able to get over the hump.
Is a reason for
Got one more round. I mean, one more minute
certified
to do something, but
ballot Hall of Famer at the
Santiago's
age of
like
40,
is in
Nonito
good
Donaire
condition.
looking to dare to be great again, coming back from a Nakalazo Inoue to face this youngster, 27-year-old Alex Santiago, for Santiago. Went to a split draw the first time he challenged for a title at 115 pounds against German Ankas. But tonight, inspired by the birth of his son 2 months ago, inspired by his family who run various hot dog stands around Tijuana, he is ready to deliver the biggest win of his life and keep his family well fed for many years to come. 15 seconds left. Alex Santiago in his 36th professional fight, looking to knock off his idol, Nonito Donaire, as the final curtain come down on his Hall of Fame career. So much to be impressed with when it comes to Alex Santiago. Again, part of our job, if you want to do it right, you watch tape, you break down athletes, Alan, and we saw so much more from Santiago than we've seen before. When you want to see it from him, the biggest fight of his life.
That's a very good point. We saw him do very good things against other fighters, but I think he did raise his level, and Nonito Donaire doing what you would expect Nonito Donaire to do.
Yeah, he's that type of fighter, that type of person outside of the ring, really respectful, and he's giving Santiago his props.
And the numbers will demonstrate how well, to an extent, even though the total landed, according to the show stats, identical. There's no question that Santiago took control of this fight in the second portion of it, and I thought really controlled this fight.
We will get the official decision from Jimmy Lennon Jr. right after this.
You up for playing outside the lines?
What are her directives then?
Neutralize target.
You do it quiet and you do it clean.
If your cover is blown, you have to save yourself.
Did you hit the target?
I'm doing everything different this time.
So,
Did you feel
Nonito lost this fight. It's not as his on his prime anymore. He's too slow.
The hits keep
He
coming.
ate a lot of punches,
On Showtime,
but he survived the 12 round.
the biggest
I mean,
fights,
he even make a
hard-hitting series.
he may even hit Santiago in the third round, giving him a cut. But other than that, it's all Santiago. Santiago's too young on the condition. Nonito's too slow. You can tell on his
Combat
aging.
sports cousin,
It's not
Bellator
as fast
MMA.
anymore.
The stars are in
I
the land
believe
of the
that
rising sun
he's going
for
to
another
retire after this
co-promotion
fight.
with Ryzen Fighting Federation.
I'm
And immediately
suggesting
after
he needs to
tonight's
retire
pay-per-view,
this fight
switch over to
because
Showtime
he's not really
a
like
banner event from Japan.
the same
It
fighter
features
anymore.
the continuation of the $1 million lightweight world Grand Prix, Bellator MMA on Showtime following tonight's pay-per-view. With the official decision, here is Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, the judges are in agreement. We have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Max DeLuca, scores the bout 115 to 113. Chris Migliori and Steve Weisfeld both score the bout 116 to 112. All three in favor of the winner. He is now the WBC bantamweight champion of the world, Alejandro Alex
Santiago.
What an incredible moment for 27-year-old Alex Santiago, the emotion, and how about the class act that is Nonito Donaire, who again, Santiago idolized him growing up, and in order to become a champion, he had to beat his idol. He did just that. Let's go to Jim Gray.
All right, Mauro, thank you very much. Felix will once again interpret for us. Alex, please describe this moment in beating your idol.
Por favor, describe este momento cuando tú le ganas a tu ídolo.
No, es un sentimiento que no puedo explicarte. Muchos sentimientos encontrados. Estoy muy contento, muy feliz por todo el trabajo, el esfuerzo que he realizado por años. Y pues gracias a Dios, aquí está.
It's so hard to explain this moment right now. All the work we put in for just this moment, it's great just to win this title.
What did Nonito say to you because it brought you to tears?
¿Qué te dijo Nonito que te puso a llorar?
No, que felicidades, campeón. Bien merecido. Bien agradecido, de un honor pelear con un campeón como Nonito, una leyenda. Es muy contento, la verdad.
It's been an honor to fight such a legend like Nonito Donaire, and he just told me that thank you for giving me this great fight.
How were you able to connect on so many well-placed punches throughout the course of this bout?
¿Por qué tú pudiste conectar con tanto conexiones que pegaron a Nonito? ¿Por qué?
Hemos trabajado desde que nos dijeron, estuvimos bien enfocados en Nonito, en ver sus errores, en ver que podíamos trabajar y pues gracias a Dios dio resultado.
No, we've been very focused, and in training camp, we tried to find out the errors that Nonito was showing, and that's what we capitalized tonight.
Can you explain to us what this means to your family?
¿Puede explicar qué significa esto para tu familia?
No, pues en realidad eso es para mi familia que siempre estaba ahí.
This is first championship of Santiago. That's why he's so emotional. This is the last time he fought for championship against Derwin and Cajas, but they came out as a split draw.
Know everybody, especially my father and mother who supported me through all these years, especially my son that was born just a few days ago, and also my corner, Romulo, and everybody else that was involved with me winning this fight.
They're all very proud of you. Congratulations, Alex. Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you.
All right, Nonito. How you doing?
Disappointed, but first and foremost, I want to say thank you everybody out here, all the people that supported me and came out here, man. This is a blessing for me to even do this for a very, very long time, you know, so I feel good still. You know, and a big congratulations to Alejandro. He deserves it. He's a tough guy.
What did you say to him because it brought him to tears?
No, I told him, you know, congratulations. You know, you have something for your kids now. You know, congratulations, you deserve it.
Nonito, you've had just a spectacular career, winning in 4 divisions and becoming a champion in all of those. What's left for you to prove, and will you continue?
Well, the thing is, I love the sport so much, you know, but the thing I told my wife, and who has the word, whether I have it or not and stuff like that. So we just got to go back to the locker room and talk to it and see where we go from there. But I know I felt good. There was just some things that just didn't trigger, you know. That was my biggest problem.
Is that because you're 40? Are things different?
No, I said hell no to that. You know, I just was trying to counter so much. You know, I was just trying to put too much power into it. And that's why everybody in the corner was telling me, you got to calm down, use behind the jab. And that's what we practice. But there's just that remnant of wanting to fight like a warrior. And that's what I did, which was something with.
Nonito, thank you. Hall of Fame career.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate your time.
Everybody out there, much love to you all, man. I appreciate you. You guys enjoyed the fight. You know, this is going to be a spectacular night, so I hope you guys got a spectacular night. I gave it all, but I appreciate you all.
Thank you, and we appreciate you.
One more time. I just want to say thank you to Al for giving me this opportunity, and most of all to my really good friend who's been there from the very beginning for me since we got together, Richard Schaefer. Thank you, man. I love you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Nonito. All right, Moro. Thank
So
you.
it's gonna
All
be
right, Jim.
the
Well,
next
it
fight
cannot
will
be
be
easy for Nonito Donaire to walk away
Manny
from a
Pacquiao's,
profession that is, well,
Manny Pacquiao's
constituted 55% of his life. And
promotion is gonna
instead,
be
tonight, though, belongs to Alex
Cruz.
Santiago, who wins his first championship at 118 pounds as we go inside the ropes, Al.
Well, it was a very intriguing and well-fought fight, especially by that young man. Early on, Santiago doing some good work by showing different levels with his jab, going downstairs and
The
upstairs.
power of Nonito is
Doing
not there
good
anymore.
work from the outside, where
It's not the
the
same
question
anymore.
was,
He's
would
too
he be
slow.
able to do that, or did he have to get on the inside against Donaire? He showed superb boxing skills, and you know the undersung hero of this fight
Sorry, I
was
can't
his
like
jab,
directly
which we
go
saw
directly
there.
to the
And when he pushed
fight
Donaire on the ropes and had
because
him
I
on his
could
back
get
foot, he had his way with him, and the
get,
variety of punches that Morrow alluded
penalized.
to is so evident here. And it continued right to the end. And Donaire taking some big shots from Santiago, who's not known as a monstrous knockout puncher, but has his share of pop. And it was a great victory for this young man.
National Hot Dog Month in the
gonna be
USA.
Isaac.
The hot dog vendor from Tijuana is
Bull
now a
Pitbull
bantamweight champion. 27-year-old Alex Santiago is on top of the world, BC.
And only Mauro Ranallo can put it in perspective just like that. Congratulations to Peke. You know, he said going into this fight, when we asked him about Nonito Donaire, he said, is he dangerous? Yes. Elite? No. I will show that I am now an elite fighter, and he showed he's also a champion. Congratulations to him. Joining me now is a man that you will see on Showtime pay-per-view Saturday, September 30th, when he challenges the undisputed super middleweight champion Canelo Alvarez. He is the undisputed super welterweight champion of the world. You know him as the Iron Man, Jermell Charlo. How are you, champ?
I'm great. Thanks for having me, Brian.
Great to have you here, man. Listen, this matchup surprised just about everybody because many thought you were going to fight Tim Tszyu next.
Yeah.
They thought your twin brother Jamal was going to fight Canelo. Were you surprised when you got the Canelo call?
Well, no, I wasn't surprised. You know, I know Tim Tszyu is a challenger, but you know, he does nothing for my career. You know, he's still needs to build up himself and build up his career, and I'm cool with that. But I was down to fight him anyways. But you know, we ran into the hand injury and prepared ourselves, and we got better. So now it's like we get opportunities like this. We might as well go ahead and we're gonna take that.
But there were many people who thought Jamal was going to be the guy fighting Canelo.
My brother not capable of fighting right now, so you know he's not available. And when I got the call, you know I'm all down for whatever. I want all the smoke. You know I'm here for whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it don't even take me a phone call for me to make it happen.
Well, in boxing, and you know this, champ, they say there are weight classes for a reason.
Right.
You're moving up 2 weight divisions to challenge Canelo Alvarez. Will you carry that power, that knockout power you have, that athleticism you think into this fight?
I believe I got the speed, I got the power, and I won't fail that option right there. So I know one thing about it is Canelo, he's strong, and I feel like I packed probably a bigger punch than Canelo. And that's going to be the surprise when it comes down to September. I'm not just a little 154-pounder when I walk around, and I don't got to struggle to make 168. So I'm going to have a great time, and training camp has been good. I've been already training for months. I've been got the name about this call. Like this is just not nothing new for me. It's something that I know that was going to manifest anyways. So it happened. It's happening. And September 30th, I'll be prepared.
Talking about preparation.
Yeah.
I know you injured your left hand in December. How did the rehab go? How is the hand right now?
The hand is great. Look, Brian, y'all don't got to worry about the hand. The hand going to be ready, and it's going to be in action on September 30th. So I ain't got to worry about the hand. The hand is good. it, and it's gonna be down and ready for the 30.
Mel, what would it mean to you to become undisputed in two different weight classes? Because depending on what happens here tonight, no male fighter has ever accomplished that feat in the 4-belt era.
Well, I made history before, so it feels good, and I know that feeling and that urge and that hunger to want to make history and do something that your children talk about. Eli back at home, Kobe, and I want little Saint to say my dad was able to do something no boxer in the world has ever done, and that was to move up the weight divisions and become undisputed in 2 weight divisions. And that's the dream. I mean, it's beyond a dream because some people barely can even get to undisputed. But I came to a point where I could become undisputed in 2 weight divisions. I gotta seize that moment and that opportunity. I'm gonna train hard. I'm gonna work hard. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to rock and roll. This is what I do it for.
Listen, I know Errol Spence is your stablemate.
Yeah.
I know in the past you've had some heated verbal confrontations with Terrence Bud Crawford. I don't even know why I'm asking you this question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Who you got in the main event? Errol Spence?
I got Errol Spence, man. I ain't gonna call no rounds. I ain't gonna do that, but I know this fight don't go 12.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? But I got my boy Errol Spence. I don't know what round he's gonna do it in, but the hunger, the fire in his eyes, it's amazing to me. And I can't wait to tune into this fight and see it live. I'm getting ready to go in the back right now and see my boy Earl. And I'm glad for everybody in Omaha and everybody in Dallas and everybody around the world that's watching and rocking. Hey, Showtime has put on the best fights this year, 2023. We made history. I don't think nothing beats this.
You know what? We didn't even have to pay this man for that kind of promo.
I'm just keeping it real, though. Ain't no other boxing network doing this like this.
I love it.
And that's what I do, baby.
Champ,
yeah.
It's good to see you. Can't wait to see you September 30th right back here in Vegas.
Hey, and I want to let everybody know, at 154, I ain't done yet. But I'm gonna feel for to go catch a clown.
Yeah.
Floyd was able to move up and down. He did a great job. Shout out to him. But hey, it's my turn now.
I love it. Jamel Charlo. You'll see him September 30th on Showtime pay-per-view. Thank you, champ.
Yes, sir.
Well, coming up next, Isak Pitbull Cruz. Just 2 tough losses in his 27 career fights. Takes on the Giovanni Cabrera, who's undefeated in 21 professional fights. And then it's the main event. The Truth. Errol Spence Jr. going toe-to-toe with Terrence Bud Crawford. You know, 5 years ago, Spence and Crawford had a verbal confrontation in the hallway at a boxing show in Oklahoma City. They had their fingers in each other's faces as they shouted what they would do to one another if those fingers were ever balled into fists. Well, after a few years had passed, many thought that moment would be the closest we'd come to a fight between those two champions. But Spence and Crawford say the timing is just right now, because now this matchup is more than just for bragging rights. It's for history.
As you see the shirt, that's the last door. It's been a long road. We done got the kill.
The truth hurts. Errol Spence Jr. becomes IBF welterweight champion.
The goal is to become the undisputed welterweight champion of the world.
Sean. Those guys.
Errol Spence Jr. is one of the best boxers on planet Earth.
Y'all know what time it is, baby. Terrence, I come up for that motherfucking belt.
And now we at Crawford door. All my fights is legacy defining. When you look at the names that I put on my resume and the type of performances that I've done against them. Of course, this is another page in my book. I just always feel like my back's against the wall because no matter what I do, who I beat, I never get the credit for it.
Who do you want next?
Well, you already know who I want. I've been calling him out all day. You know what I mean? Well, Spence been on my mind ever since I moved up into the division. He was one of the guys that was champion in the division. He was one of the guys that was trying to fight all the other champions in the division. And he was a guy that I knew one day that I'll fight.
Happy
Earl
Sunday.
could have easily moved up to 154 and said, man, I'm not fighting that dude.
I don't know kung mahilig ka sa boxing, pero
First stand at 147 and
natalo
doing what he
yung
said
ating
he was going
kababayan
to
sa
do.
Limito doon.
Let's fight Terrence
Talo
Crawford.
siya ng
I
sa
really
laban
want to
niya.
just fight. It's the only fight that made sense for me.
as far as the legacy, as far as seeing myself as a true fighter, one of the greats.
I feel like I got so many styles I can't describe just one. And I think that just came from studying boxing my whole life and just being comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Terrence Crawford, he's a great fighter. He's a mean fighter. He's a guy that if he gets you hurt, he's gonna go for the knockout, especially if he smells blood. Very entertaining. He just don't sit back and box. I'm the same way. That's, a match made in heaven.
Well, everybody knows Errol is a persistent fighter. He keep coming. He is a workhorse. He beats you with the jab. He's consistent, and he's very fundamental. Everybody knows that. And that's how he wears the opponents down.
I'm passive aggressive because I am aggressive, but I'm passive at the same time, where I'm not, carelessly get ahead or, just walking in the shots. I pick my shots very well. They say everybody needs a dancing partner. Terrence is my dancing partner. We're gonna make each other great.
I'm not satisfied. I'm not happy yet. I'm happy that the fight is here, but I'm not satisfied until my hand is raised.
Even for him, the loss is still gonna be great. He lost to a great fighter, so.
Terrence Crawford told me that tonight Errol Spence Jr. is going to find out just how hard a puncher Bud really is. Crawford says he's going to use some movement and box, but also look to counter Spence's jab and left hand. Bud says he'll switch stances at times, but he's going to spend the majority of this fight as a lefty. And Crawford also believes his uppercut will be effective. And Spence is going to find out why Bud has stopped everyone he's faced at 147. Crawford's 10 straight knockouts make for the second longest knockout streak among current world champions. As for Errol Spence Jr., he told me Bud Crawford's going to need more than just power to win this fight. Spence says the key, staying focused the entire fight and make sure he recognizes when Crawford switches and then capitalize. Spence says he wants to dictate the pace, jump on Crawford early because he believes Bud's a slow starter. His keys, coming over the top of Crawford's punches, pounding that body to limit his movement and throw in combinations. Spence told me he's going to go for the finish in the later rounds because he believes he gets better as the fight progresses. It is time for another check of the DraftKings Tale of the Bet. That means Amal Shaw.
Tell you what, Brian, we're just minutes away from getting under the third fight. Before we get to the main event, though, Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, you look at the numbers right now. If you like this fight to go over 10.5 rounds, minus 205, under right now is at plus 190. Also, Spence right now plus 120 on the money line. Crawford is minus 150 if you like him to get it done. Should be a really intriguing fight. Let's take a look at the one coming up next. Cruz, heavy favorite here at minus 750. We know football's from the 305, Brian, but this guy fights like he's 305 pounds of steel in the ring. It's going to be hard for Giovanni Cabrera to move this guy and do some damage. Look for a prop bet here on Cruz. I expect him to get it done. Brian, you better be ready on that mic quick.
I love it. Moshaw's been around more on too long. We're building for our main event. It's coming up, but first we got a 12-round lightweight bout featuring the rugged pit bull against an undefeated California fighter who's really got roots back to the Windy City. So let's go back ringside. Here's Morrow.
All right, BC, thank you very much. We are set for this matchup at 135 pounds, scheduled for 12 rounds. Cruz against Giovanni Cabrera. For the 29-year-old Cabrera, trained by the legendary Freddie Roach in Hollywood, California. This is his first scheduled 12-round fight. He's coming off a one-year layoff. His most recent bout last July in Minnesota won a 10-round unanimous decision against Gabriel Flores Jr. He dropped Flores twice in the first round, once in the fifth, and won on all three scorecards for his biggest victory. He has faced and beaten 7 previously undefeated fighters. Now, he's not facing an undefeated fighter in Cruz, but Cruz is someone with a lot of powers, recorded back-to-back knockouts since going the distance with Gervonta Davis. Well, one of Cruz's nicknames, Mexican Mike Tyson, and the legendary former heavyweight champ says he thinks Cruz reminds him most of how he used to fight in the current era of boxing. Built a lot like Tyson with a short height, Cruz, a guy who was constantly coming forward, working his way in close, winging bombs to the head and body in combination form. He is coming off the longest layoff of his career, 328 days, but he's coming off a second-round knockout win, and again, his only mission is to get a rematch with Gervonta Davis. Went the distance with Davis, but with all due respect, Davis did injure his powered left hand early in the fight, but for Cruz, that's his goal. He has to get past Cabrera and hopes to get another big money fight.
And we'll look at the numbers as he looks to secure that goal. We'll see how he can do tonight with Cabrera. Now, the normal height, the average height of a lightweight is 5'8". Well, Cruz, much smaller. And also, he is giving away a lot of reach, as he always does in every single fight. His dimensions are more flyweight than they are lightweight. But he gets another thing that's important, and that is W's. He's got lots of wins. Cabrera will try to use his height and reach tonight.
With the official introductions, here once again is Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Well, fans, from the T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada, Premier Boxing Champions continues the action this time with our co-main event of the evening. It is sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. Action so good, why bet on boxing anywhere else? And Strays, the new R-rated comedy. Strays is in theaters August 11th. This bout is sanctioned by the WBA supervisor Jose Oliver Gomez, the WBC supervisor Michel Salomon, and the WBO supervisor Gustavo Olivieri. Introducing our 3 judges scoring for ringside from Connecticut. Feldman. From Canada, Benoit Roussel. And from Connecticut, Don Trella. Introducing our third man to the ring, our referee in charge of this bout, Thomas Taylor. All right, fans, here we go with the co-main event of the evening, 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA and WBC lightweight world title eliminator and WBO Latino title. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trunks with gold trim, fighting out of Hollywood, California by way of Chicago, Illinois. He weighed in at 134 1/4 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign in the ring with a record of 21 wins, no losses, and 7 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the undefeated, battle-ready WBA world-ranked lightweight contender, introducing Giovanni Cabrera. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner in this world title eliminator and Latino title, wearing white trunks trimmed in red, hailing from Mexico City, La Ciudad de Mexico. He weighed in at 134 1/2 pounds with a record of 24 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. He has 17 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the former world title challenger, currently ranked the WBC number 3 and WBA number 5 lightweight in the world, introducing the electrifying and popular battler, Pitbull Cruz. Once again, our referee in charge. Now to give instructions, Thomas Taylor. Let's go, gentlemen. Okay, gentlemen, belt lines are high on both sides. So we're going to go middle letters here, top of the letters here. You both got my instructions in the back. Protect yourselves at all times. Listen to my commands. Touch them up. Protect your corner, gentlemen.
Referee Thomas Taylor, with 13 years pro experience, working his 543rd professional bout. Esau Cruz is promoted by the legend, Manny Pacquiao, who, of course, was trained by another legend, Freddie Roach. They're on opposite sides of the ring tonight. Manny Pacquiao here to support his fighter, Esau Cruz, and, of course, take in tonight's much-anticipated main event.
You ready? You ready?
The bell in round one, the Southpaw Cabrera undefeated, 21-0 with only 7 KOs. However, conversely, Pitbull Cruz 24-2-1 with 17 knockouts. Cruz making his Las Vegas debut, and as always, he said, "I'm coming for the knockout."
Another irony is that Cabrera sparred many rounds with Manny Pacquiao when he was at the Wild Card Gym. So here he sparred with the promoter of Esau Cruz. You can't say that very often.
And now he said the hardest punch he's ever taken was a straight punch to the liver from Pacquiao.
Of course, and I would take much pride in that. As far as Cruz, in the fighter meeting, we asked, hey, how are you going to jab your way in? Definitely, Cabrera has the reach advantage, and he said, nope, I'm going to hook my way inside it. Definitely is what he's doing right now.
Cabrera, speaking of sparring, sparred with Elvis Rodriguez, who's a 140-pounder, a lot recently, and he said, you know what, I don't think Cruz is going to hit me harder than Elvis did. We just saw Elvis recently get a big win over Victor Postol, in which he stopped him.
And while we put a button then on the sparring sessions, he's also sparred with none other than the undisputed champion in this division, Devin Haney.
Yeah.
So a lot of quality sparring over the years for the 29-year-old Giovanni Cabrera. Meanwhile, for Cruz, again, coming off that long layoff, has gone back to his knockout ways in his last couple of fights. At 5'4", the shortest 135-pounder in the weight top 10, number 3 in the ring rankings.
We just saw Cabrera hold a little bit. He will do that when Cruz gets on the inside, and he was even penalized a point for holding a couple fights ago. So Thomas Taylor, who is in fact one of the best referees in boxing, will certainly be watching that.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get away with it, of course, you want to try and do that. But so far, Cabrera doing a really good job with that jab to distance. I don't like the hands; they're a little bit low, but definitely staying away from Cruz.
Cruz facing his third left-handed opponent in his last 4 fights and the 6th of his professional career. Cabrera's been described as a spider, and when he clinches, an octopus.
Yeah, Cabrera is, Evan made the point, he is doing exactly what he wants to do here in round one, using his height and reach, using enough movement, still throwing punches.
Definitely, Cruz fights like it's a smaller guy. Always want to get inside. Not much head movement. It's more the high guard, walking his way inside Cruz. But again, a jab will definitely will. Even though he says that he doesn't want to.
And remember, Muhammad Ali dubbed Ernie Terrell the octopus for his studio. So that's where we get the connection, connective tissue. Lead left hand upstairs by Cruz. Final seconds of the opening round. The stalking Cruz looking to land a shot before the end of the match.
Sang an Ernie Terrell song 2 nights ago. All right, let's take a look at the keys to victory for these two fighters as we
was it a 10?
The inside. Cruz wants to get on the inside if he can, as we pointed out. He wants to use the double left hook. Yeah, maybe don't hook your way in, but when you get in there, use that double left hook. And the overhand right, the big power punch for him. Can he get himself in the position to throw it? And for Cabrera, sometimes Sometimes he lunges in when he throws the left hand. Didn't do that in round one. Wants to control the range. He certainly achieved that in the first round. And then look for this. When Cruz gets close, a jet right hook from Cabrera can be a big one. All the way back. All the way back. All the way back.
Round number 2, immediately Cabrera flashes the long range jab with Cruz landing a hook to the body. But Cabrera will try to keep Cruz at bay with that long stick.
And it's time for Cruz to start slipping those punches, or at least try to slip and counter Cabrera's long reach. Again, Cruz is going to try to work his way inside. But Cabrera, I like it. I like that movement. That's a softball, using the entire ring.
A deep division with the aforementioned undisputed champ Devin Haney, Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Vasily Lomachenko, and Frank Martin on the run.
Oh, yeah. He had a tough win again in a recent fight that was a great fight.
Again, Cruz going upstairs with that lunging lead left. Up jab against a much taller Cabrera.
There you go. Abner Mares maybe made an impression on him at the fighter meeting. He used that jab to work his way in.
I mean, it's got to come out as some type of instinct, too. I mean, you got to work your way inside with the jab. But Cabrera's got to take advantage when Cruz lunges in. Oh, that was kind of low, but, try to, punch when Cruz punches at the same time.
Left hook to the body, but winging the punches, and here Cabrera again clinches, and some accidental head butt, but referee warning Cabrera about holding just past the midway point of the second.
Cruz normally, 40% of the punches he lands are body punches. He hasn't really been in a position to do that yet in this fight. We'll certainly be looking for that.
Cabrera threw 62 punches in the opening round, about half of that here in round 2, with Cruz beginning to put the pressure on, more walking him down. Lead left uppercut lands for Cabrera.
And he got away with that jab. He was pushing with that jab. You can't push. You got to throw it.
And Cruz has to be careful. Belt line, and the referee on cue warning him about that. Nice counter right hand upstairs by Cruz. There's a check right hook from Cabrera from the southpaw position. He is left-handed, but will frequently switch stances, much like someone we will see in the main event, who may be the best switch hitter that I've ever seen in boxing, at Terrence Bud Crawford.
It's a very good point. Very few have ever done it better than him, if any.
Good job.
Cabrera, he's keeping his punch total up there. In round 2, he's throwing more than Cruz. So he's continuing, even though not all of them are meaningful punches, he's still being busy.
Yeah, more punches from Cabrera. Cruz in the mid-30s for both first rounds and looking to find a way in. All right, let's get an update on the over-under tonight. Let's go to DraftKings Amal Shah.
Thanks, Morrow. We got a terrific fight coming up in the main event tonight between Spence and Crawford. If you like this fight to last for a little while, the over-under in this one is set at 10.5 rounds. The over is minus 270. The under is plus 190. If you're brave, you can take that under 190. Morrow, I don't know how many people are going to be brave enough for that, despite the power punching ability of both fighters.
We are in the gambling Mecca, Las Vegas. I'm sure a few will be putting down their hard-earned money. There's a lot of bravery in Sin City, and people filing in for this co-main and main event, sold-out crowd, and of course, all of them here to see the main event. So, as usual, getting up close and personal at the VIP party, and just looking to be fashionably late. Yes. The luminaries in attendance, but hey, they missed some good action tonight, those that are coming in right now. Round number 3.
Brian alluded to the fact that Cabrera raised in several places, Leon, Mexico, Seattle, Chicago, my hometown, and he was a good amateur boxer in Chicago, and that gave him the feeling that he belonged and could be a professional.
Well, we thought, Abner, the pressure of Cruz would make
Mexico, Seattle, Chicago, my hometown, and he was a good amateur boxer in Chicago. Gave him the feeling that he belonged and could be a professional.
Well, we thought, Abner, the pressure of Cruz would make it difficult for Cabrera, but Cabrera showing that he's very mobile and looking to keep that swarming Cruz off him.
Yeah, the pressure's going to be there from Cruz, but definitely not bothering Cabrera because, I mean, Cruz is just going in at first. He's not throwing any punches. He's not making it difficult for Cabrera. Again, Cabrera using the entire...
The question is, will be, can Cabrera do enough offensively to convince the judges that he's not just moving?
Well, his hit and move style and that left-handed stance giving Cruz some problems.
Yeah, because even though Cabrera is using the ring, boxing good, he's not throwing much, and he's landing right now as we speak. So, again, Cruz pressure Cabrera not throwing as much in this third round.
Let him go. Let him go.
Series of body shots in close from Cruz.
And when he gets close enough, Cabrera is...
not throwing as much in this third round.
Let him go. Let him go.
Series of body shots in close from Cruz.
And when he gets just close enough, Cabrera is holding every single time, but he's trying to release quick enough so that Thomas Taylor doesn't take a point away, which happened a few fights ago.
Giovanni, you're holding way too much, man.
We just heard Taylor do that. Yeah.
Oh, there's that lead left again by Cruz, looking to make up the distance, the range, left hook to the body, right hand upstairs to Cabrera, standing straight up.
And again, I know Cabrera's trying to stay away from danger when he makes Cruz miss that left hook, but that's a perfect opportunity for him to counter right there.
And Cruz continues to invest to the body, continues to land the left hook to the liver, and that will pay dividends if he continues down that track the later this fight goes.
Yeah, when he gets that left hand in to the body, it's going to set up the double left hook as well for him. And there he did it again, Cruz.
That's a good way to start your way in, Cruz. Body to the shot to the body, and then move your way up to the head.
Oh, a clash of styles. That's already involved a few clash of heads, and 15 seconds left here in the third. They're getting up close and personal physically. Now they need to do more so with the punches as we complete 3 rounds here, scheduled for 12 at 135 pounds.
More about diving in with the head, or just watch your holding, all right? More about diving in with the head, or just watch your holding, all right?
You're way too much momentum. Me suelta ahí algo del jab. You straight punch, I feel all night long. You're double jab right in, okay? Don't let him get momentum because if you You run the ropes and it doesn't look good, okay? Back him up, okay? All right, let's go.
Okay, he's holding your leg. So now you have to change a little bit and start working downstairs. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times, 4 shots.
That's Isak Cruz's dad, Isak Sr., who
That was a terrific punch, and Cabrera, a terrific punch.
Bit slow with the jab. His hands are low. Cabrera. Dance should be a little bit. Cabrera. Dance should be a little bit higher. It's a slow jab, and the hands are low. So a better round. This is probably the first round for Cruz. They'll be feeling a little bit more satisfied. There's the left hand. Well, there you go. But look where.
Yeah, it's the last round he was able to get in a lot better. Speaking of Cruz. And another thing that I'm noticing, he's ripping to the body really well.
Cabrera goes downstairs with a left hand, trying to utilize the jab. There's a lead right down the, or make that left from the southpaw down the middle, and clinches again with Cruz. Cruz trying to fight his way out of the clinch.
The ropes kind of helped him there. Cabrera bounced back into Cruz's body and got him really close, and Cruz was not able to land any punches.
Cruz trying to find the range and trying to land that money shot upstairs with a left hook.
You know, Cruz has landed a real nice right hand. Cabrera has shown the ability thus far to stand up to the power punches of Cruz.
Never been down as a pro.
Yep.
Neither fighter has been down as a professional. Minute 4.
You feel Cruz getting a better feel for this fight. When he gets on the inside, he's starting to unleash the body punches, getting in some hooks and overhand rights to the head as well.
Because I kind of like him there right now, but he's got to be careful. Yeah, he's got to be careful. He's got his hands too low. Got to keep Cruz busy with the jab.
Cruz goes downstairs to the body with the right hand. There's a stab jab to the midsection by Cabrera, left hook. Cruz missed with a counter left. There's another straight left hand down the middle by Cabrera. A minute left here in round number 5. We are scheduled for 12 in the lightweight division.
Cruz is having a very good 5th round here. I mean, he's landed some significant punches.
Sharp jab. The nose and a couple right hands and left, and Cruz landed some hard shots, and Cabrera maintains low hands and again gets caught upstairs and refuses to raise his hands. And he continues to get punched in the face.
Unbelievable. Some work with the head by Cruz.
Arena in Las Vegas. Time.
Well, Cruz had some really good moments in that last round. That uppercut. And, you know, Cabrera keeps his hand down, as Morrow pointed out. And so Cruz is more than happy to continue to throw. And then here's where it appeared that Cruz was kind of frustrated with some action here, being held a little bit, and he's going to use his head, kind of pushing it in there. There he is. And and Thomas Taylor very quick to try to stop that kind of behavior.
The hand that's free. Start hitting with that one. Let's go. In this round, he falls. Let's go. Go get him. And the upper's inside.
Papa Cruz imploring his son to go for it. His son known for that grinding style, heavy with his steady pressure. He's got a stout chin. And of course, we've seen that in vaunted power of Isaac Cruz's in the past.
Yeah, a guy that doesn't give up, he keeps coming. A guy that's looking for heavy shots in the to the head.
Are you talking about Isaac Cruz or Errol Spence Jr. that we'll see in the main event tonight?
Ooh,
nice.
And again, you would think that Cabrera is noticing that those punches are landing and you want to put your hands up, but he's not.
I think Cabrera felt coming into this fight that when he landed some of the straight lefts, that he would stop Cruz enough and make enough of a dent so that he could control him, but it hasn't really happened.
Cruz.
You say nice body work, but I agree with you. I agree with you on that one as well. Cruz marches forward and lands another left hand. Cabrera throws a combination, but no starch with his punches compared to Cruz's. And again, 7 knockouts for Cabrera, 21-0, 17 for Pitbull. Looking for his 18th right there, but Cabrera, he's got a stout chin. Took that shot well.
He's taking many shots already, Cabrera, but still standing right in front of Cruz.
And I think the key will be the moment ago we saw a really nice body punch by Cruz. I think if he's really going to hurt Cabrera, it's maybe going to be to the body.
And Cabrera continues to play with fire hands now. He continues to get tagged upstairs, but continues to stay in the pocket, throw punches, Cruz with a high guard. And it was, you would have expected Cabrera to use a tight guard against a guy like Cruz. Anything but.
A little bit confident right here too. Cabrera pushing Cruz back. Despite taking those shots, he said, hey, I can take them. I'm pushing you back now.
And it continues to be the body work of Isaac Cruz. 30 seconds left in the first half of this 12-round affair.
All right, stop. Time. Get over there. Guys, I need some tape on this. Get some tape. No coaching, just tape. Both sides. Good. Hey, what's next? Good. Next left. Let's go, guys. Gotta go. All right, that's good.
Well, this will definitely
Get over there.
help Cabrera.
Ready? Time in.
Few moments respite from the pressure of Isaac Cruz.
Stop the momentum that Cruz had going there, but again, things that happen in boxing.
And that left hand happens for Isaac Cruz again. But the power, not really able to dent Cabrera again.
working with the overhand right, we're going to see a beauty that gets in. And, you know, that punch has landed on a number of occasions. Cabrera has managed to withstand it. That and the left hooks as well. And at the end of the round, again, the right hand would get in. And Cruz is landing that punch with impunity, but Cabrera amazingly able to deal with it. And, you know, Cruz has had knockouts his last couple fights, went several without a knockout.
Yes.
All right, y'all really got to go.
Abner is Cruz finding the right leverage on those shots, catching Cabrera flush, but I'm wondering, is he, you know, the power trigger has to create more leverage because, as Al mentioned, known as a knockout fighter, but he's gone the distance a few times too. Which, granted, can happen, but is his power as much as it's cracked up to be, Abner Manes?
I think that Cruz is not so much of a one-punch hitter. It's a accumulation of punches. A guy that likes to work the body. Again, there you